Hello and welcome to That RC channel. Today we're going to take a look at a very special WLP C24-1. It is very far from stock. If you want to see the stock one, click the link above. This one is one of my kids and we built it through trial and error, many failures, and finally we got it to the point where it is a solid truck. So the first thing we're going to do is weigh it just to show you guys exactly how much this thing weighs. So let's get the scale set up over here. And we are going to set it on the scale here. And if you see there, it's weighing at a whopping 1,105 grams or 39 ounces even. 2.436 pounds. This thing is massive. It weighs a ton, but all that weight plays into keeping it planted on the ground and helps it get over obstacles and all that good stuff. So we're gonna take a look at the outside first. We'll go into the details and specs on everything. So the body itself is mostly stock, other than this 3D printed little roll bar that we put on the back. And that kind of helps keep it off of the paint and everything. We did have a roof rack up here, but it wasn't very practical for the center of gravity, so we got rid of it. And if we start to look on the outside here, we have the stock WPL wheels with metal rims. Come around to the front here, and we have a titanium bumper with a rock winch. This is an actual functioning winch. We have it hooked to the controller, and this thing will pull this entire 2.5 pound RC up off of the ground. Stock snorkel, and then we have our ESC antenna coming out here for better reception. We'll flip it up and take a look at it. We have the custom mounts that we 3D printed here to hold the bumper on. And as you can see, there are no electronics down here. It's all encased in this 3D printed case, engine case we made. We have some cheap Amazon axles here. These titanium axles, they have metal internals. There were some problems with it at first, but we shimmed it and spaced it with some brass spacers, and now it works flawlessly. We have metal drive shafts here, a WPL 372 speed transmission. We have the metal links with the plastic turnbuckles. We found that these are the best value and hold their position. The other ones that have the metal ends tend to strip or work themselves out and fall off on the trail, so we got rid of those. We do have oil-filled shocks on here. They do okay. They're pretty decent. We filled them with a little bit of gun oil, and they seem to work good. We may try and change up the viscosity in the oil to see if we can get a little bit less stiffness, because they are a little stiff, but nonetheless they do work. If not, we will change them back over to some spring coilover types. We have the titanium mounts here with multiple positions. Other than that, the outside is pretty much stock, like we said. And we put some heat sinks on the 370 motor to keep it cool. So now here's the biggest advantage that we have on making this thing waterproof. We're gonna go ahead and remove one of the hood screws. We keep the hood screws in because we actually did a modification to this thing. Let's get that screw out of the way. And let's just turn on the ESC here. All right, and there we are. We decided to go with a hinge type mount hood here so we can open and close the hood. We left the little screw holders in there so that we can go through the bumper and reinforce everything with this thing closed. This ESC steering servo, winch controller, light controller, everything is inside of the hood compartment. We were able to squeeze it all in, and it is fairly up off the ground, as you can see. So we will actually be able to run water up to here with no issues and even flood the engine compartment because we went ahead and waterproofed everything. So we're using a 6-channel receiver in there. We'll go ahead and turn the remote on, and we'll show you guys that we do have full light control here. As you see, the lights do come on. We have full control over the lights. The winch fully works. Let's get the controller. This is a fully working winch, and it does in fact lift this entire truck up. So there's no problem with this winch, no struggling, nothing. It actually fully works. It's a 2-speed transmission, so we can switch on the go. It's very, very quick. And that's really it for the actual truck itself. It's a solid truck. We really liked enjoying it and modifying it. So again, like we said, we have a 6-channel ESC in here. We kind of tried to set it up so it looks like a little engine in there. And then we'll go over the controller that we use here. We're using a Radiolink RC4GS. We went ahead and downloaded the new software and turned this into a 6-channel radio. We only really use 5 channels, so we have the light control right here so that you can see, you can turn the lights on and off. This is our transmission selector. We have steering and throttle. It modulates very well, and we decided to glue the external winch controller right here. We were gonna go ahead and put switches in here, but we decided not to, so we just went ahead and mounted this winch controller. It actually fit perfectly there with the little divot and the little spacing in there. So we went ahead and, like I said, just glued it there, and if we ever want to change the battery, we'll pull it off. Other than that, the RC does really well. We decided to go ahead and upgrade the battery as well. The stock WPL battery is pretty small compared to this one. So we went ahead and we upgraded this one here to a, if we can get it out, there it is. This happens to be a 1200 milliamp hour battery, and we're gonna do a review on this one as well. We converted it to a JST plug for easier in and out. With this battery, we get well over an hour of runtime through tall grass, through everything. So overall, all the upgrades that we did, everything works out really, really well. Like I said, we're probably gonna end up messing with the shocks a little more. Other than that, everything else is solid. It's a great running truck. This is in stock form, it's perfectly fine for kids to use. We just wanted a little bit more power out of it, and to go ahead and get a little more oomph per se out of it. We did have to cut some little areas to allow for the oil shocks to go in there, no big deal. So with all these upgrades, it wasn't cheap. We're getting up, over $200, $250. So you're getting close to that range where you can get a hobby grade RC fully assembled and built, but that takes the fun out of actually building it yourself. And then, like I said, we waterproof this one so it can go through mud, snow, water, no issues, no problems. We may upgrade these tires to stickier tires. So with this controller, it just does phenomenal. The modulation, as you can see, we'll go ahead and see if we can modulate it really slow. That's on high gear. You can hear it. The ESC is a little loud, but it's not too bad. And as you can see, we can shift on the go. And again, just that slight modulation does very well. So yeah, overall, this has been a fun RC to build. And if you like it, please share, subscribe, and thanks for watching.